Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today is going to be my Eyeshadow Roulette and Pan That Eyeshadow update. I am super excited. So I have the 5 palettes that I was using for the month of September stacked up in front of me. So I will go through my progress on each of these shades, and then we will roll in the shades for October and end with updating my Pan That Eyeshadow project. So this month I feel like I didn't wear that much makeup, that much eyeshadow in general. So my usage on these shades is a little bit lower than in previous months, but I still got a little bit of use out of some of these shades. So I'm going to go through each of the 5 shades that I had in for September. And we are going to start with my Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. So the shade that I had from this palette was the shade Desert Sand, which was the very first shade. So I will insert a picture of what that one looked like at the beginning of the month. It was basically untouched. And here is what we are looking like right now. So you can see a little bit of use on this shade, but not really that much. I used this shade 6 times total this month, so like I said, not too much usage, but I did get a little bit of use out of this palette. This one is newer in my collection, so I was able to test out some of the shades and just get a few uses out of it. The next shade I had in was from my Wet n Wild All Natural palette. This palette is discontinued, but I still like to reach for it on occasion. And I had the 5th shade in this palette, so I will insert a picture of what that one looked like. And here it is right there. So I used this one 3 times, which I was pretty happy about. This isn't a shade that I reach for all that much in general, so I was happy to get a few uses out of it. And I feel like you can see a little bit more use in the pan, but obviously 3 uses isn't going to show too much progress. But I was able to get at least a little bit of use out of this shade, which made me happy. I was really okay with that, and once again I wasn't wearing eyeshadow all that much, so 3 uses was pretty good for this month. My next palette up is my Covergirl True Naked Peach Punch palette, and I had shade number 6, so I'll insert a picture of what that one looked like. And here it is right here. So I only used this shade once, but you can see a little bit of use starting to form in the pan there, and that is because I did use it on a liner brush, so it was a more condensed area of where I put my brush, so that is going to help see a little bit more use. I was really hoping to use this shade more than just one time, but I just wasn't really wanting to reach for this palette all that much, especially over some of the other palettes that I had in this project. So I only did just get 1 use out of it, but I did create a really pretty look with it, and I do like using this shade as a liner, and I'm sure I will get more use out of it at a later date. The next palette I had in was my Be Bella Cosmetics Daisy Days palette, and I had the shade Dawn. So I will insert a picture of where that one started. And here it is now. So you can see a tiny dip starting to form right in the center of the pan. I used this shade 5 times over the past month, and pretty much every time I used it was just on a small little packing brush for the inner corner. I was kind of struggling with how to use a pure matte white shade like this, so the inner corner was kind of my go-to for it because I just felt like it was too light for all over the lid. So it just added a nice little pop in the inner corner, especially for an all matte look. So that was kind of how I was using this one, and you can see a little bit of progress starting to form. And then my last palette in was my Glitter Realm A Whole New World palette, and I had the shade Jafar. So I will insert a picture of what that one looked like. And here we are now. So I only used this one 3 times, so there's really not much visible progress on this shade. This is another one I was really hoping to reach for more this month, but just based on how much I actually wore eyeshadow, I just didn't really get to it. But this is a really nice shade and I do enjoy it. And this palette as a whole as well is one of my favorites in my collection, so it's one that I don't anticipate having any problems using in the future, but I did only get a few uses this month. So those were my 5 shades for the month of September, and now we can get to rolling in our shades for August. Alright, now we can get on to what is my favorite part of this video, and that is choosing the new shades for the month. So I'm going to choose my 5 shades for October, and we are going to start with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. So here is what this one looks like on the inside, and as always, if a shade has pan on it or has already been in this project, I am going to re-roll. So I have my Pretty Random app set from 1 to 14, and we get shade number 11. So 11 is the shade Red Ochre. So this is the shade up close. It has not been in this project yet, so I'm super excited to get some use out of it. I think it will pair nicely with some of the shades that I do have a little bit more progress on, and I am excited to use this shade and just see how I like to use it and get some good use on it. So I am very excited about this one. The next palette up is my Nomad palette by Juvia's Place. And here is what this one looks like on the inside. So this one has 9 shades, so I'll randomize 1 to 9. And we get number 4. So number 4 has already been in this project, so I need to re-roll. And we get number 3. So 3 is this shade right up here. And here is what this one looks like up close. This is a dark grayish green type of shade. It's not one that I use all that often in this palette, but I am excited to get some use out of it. I think it'll be a really nice shade for fall. I do really like some darker, grungier tones for fall, so I am excited about testing this shade out and getting a little bit of use on it. My next palette up is my Profusion Mixed Metals Peach palette, and here is what this one looks like. So once again, we have 9 shades, and again we get number 3, which I believe, yes, this one has also already been in this project. So I will roll again, and we get shade number 8. So the shade is a nice shimmery purple shade. I was kind of hoping to get one of the more orangey tone shades for fall, but this one is nice too. I have a feeling I'm going to use this one a lot as a liner, and I just really wanted to reach into this palette because it's not one I pull out all that often, so I am excited to try and get some use out of this palette as well, and of course this shade. Alright, my next palette up is my Huda Beauty Nude Light palette, and once again this one has 9 shades. So here's what that one looks like, and we will go ahead and randomize. And we also get shade number 8 from this palette. So here is shade number 8. It is this light peachy orange matte shade, which I'm actually really excited about because this one is probably one of the ones that works best for fall, just with it being a more orangey tone, so I am really excited about this. I have only reached into this palette 1 or 2 times. It's fairly new in my collection, so I am of course excited to get some good use out of it. And my final palette in for the month is going to be my Hot Topic Winnie the Pooh Halloween palette. So here's what this one looks like on the inside. Lots of beautiful shades for fall. So of course I had to pull this one out. And there are 12 shades in here, so we will randomize. We get shade number 5. So number 5 is the shade Ghost. So Ghost is this nice orange matte shade right here. Perfect for fall, of course. So I am super excited about that. I have used this shade a couple times and I do like it. So I am very excited about this and very excited about the full color story that I have for this month. So those are my 5 shades for the month of October. I am super excited about all of these shades. I will go ahead and insert a picture of what the swatches look like right now. So I am just so excited about this month. I am hoping to get a lot of good use out of these shades and just test out some of the palettes that maybe I haven't used as much and get some good use out of some of the older palettes in my collection. So let me know what you guys think of this color story, what you might do with it. I will always be happy to take suggestions. And with all of that said, we can get right into my Pan That Eyeshadow update. Alright, now on to the final part of this video. We are going to update my Pan That Eyeshadow project. So this is a shade that I have in Until I Hit Pan on it. And I have been working on the Wet n Wild Stop Playing Safe palette, shade number 8, which is the shimmery green shade. As of last update, I had used it 9 times, and now I have a total of 14 uses, so I used it an additional 5 times this past month, which I was really hoping to use it a few more times and hit pan on it, but it is still going to be staying in this project. But I will go ahead and insert some progress pictures before I show you what it looks like now. So here is the shade number 8. So it does have a nice dip starting to form in it. I have mostly been using this one on a liner brush, so the dip is in a pretty condensed area. I have been enjoying it, but I am getting a little bit burnt out by it. Just using a green shade like this kind of takes up the whole look, and it's getting a little tiring, but I am really determined to hit pan, so I'm really hoping that by the end of this next month I will be able to hit pan and have that update for you all. I have been thinking about possibly rolling it out if I don't hit pan by the end of October, just so that I can do a little bit of a refresh and get a different shade that I might be more motivated to use, but we'll see. It is a really pretty shade and I have been enjoying it. I'm just getting a little tired of doing green eyeshadow looks, but I am still going to keep it in for right now. I have only used it 14 times, so I definitely think I can use it more than that and hopefully hit pan on it. Alright, so that will conclude this update for the month. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what else you would like to see from me. I do also want to mention that I have this project put into a playlist on my channel as well if you want to follow along that way. I will link that down below. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this month's update, what you think of this new color story. I'm really excited about it. I think it just screams fall, so I'm super excited. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And with that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!